Welcome to Season 1 of the PMO Community Podcast series. I'm Aina Live, your guide on this engaging exploration into the world of PMO leadership, highlighted by our unique book writing challenge. This season promises a series of enriching interviews with our distinguished book co-authors. Today, I'm thrilled to converse with Dr. Tony Prensa, a highly accomplished executive and leader in project management, information systems, and technology. Dr. Prensa combines a doctorate in organizational leadership with extensive certifications, including Certified PMO Professional, PMP, ITIL 4, and with over 25 years of experience, he has managed and overseen large information system projects, strategic planning, and seamless IT implementations. His expertise spans re-engineering business processes, change management, and ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements and IT governance practices. Dr. Prensa has been involved with the Project Management Institute for more than 25 years, served as Vice President of PMI Puerto Rico chapter, and has helped hundreds of professionals prepare for the PMP exam. He has also taught project management at several universities, including Virginia Tech, Grand Canyon University, and Walden University. In this episode, we delve into the evolving role of the PMO from a purely administrative function to a strategic partner, the key factors driving this transformation, and specific instances where strategic PMOs have advanced organizational objectives. We'll also discuss the challenges in establishing strategic PMOs, strategies for leveraging technology in the area of digital transformation, and emerging trends that will influence the PMO landscape in the coming years. Don't miss out our upcoming episodes. Follow us on social media to stay updated. Hi, Dr. Tony. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you very much for joining me.
Hello, Aina. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited about this book that is coming soon.
So my first question to you, why did you decide to contribute your time and energy to write a chapter for this book?
Well, one thing that I am passionate about project management and specifically PMO that I've been working for several years in the role. So for me, that was an opportunity to put my tools in something that I'm sure is going to be great because all the talent that have been contributing to this book. So it's going to be great for the PMO community globally.
Thank you very much again for your time and effort. And my next few questions are related to your chapter. And the first part of our book is the evolution of the PMO, and that's where was your main focus. So my first question would be, how has the role of the PMO evolved from a purely administrative function to a strategic partner in organizations, and what key factors have driven this transformation?
In my experience in setting up PMOs in different organizations, I didn't start with the concepts of project management office as an organization, as a department. So basically, I was telling, I think yesterday I was talking to someone. So I was telling that I started facilitating workshops for the project managers. So I was in charge of another department, but I wasn't really the PMO manager or director. But because I like to teach, I've been in education for many years. So I said, so I can share with my fellows, co-workers, the concepts of project management so they can get certified as a PMP. So I started providing them the PMP certification. So one day my boss called me and said, so now that you are the teacher and that you are the most knowledgeable in project management, why you don't take care of all the project managers in the organization? So I have another department, basically software development. So then I have like 30 project managers that all of them, they were reporting to me. So the first thing that I did was to create the process, the methodologies, because everyone was doing things different way based on their experience, but we didn't have a standard, a process. So that's the first thing that I did in that process. So basically, in that case, the PMO was more like a supporting office for the project management to establish methodologies. Also providing training and those kind of things. So because we had the visibility of all the business, because we had all the projects, is when we started to have more visibility from the senior leadership. So the PMO then started growing, and also so I have the opportunity to be in another position, like a senior manager, because my client was the senior, the VPs and the different organizations. In that way, so the PMO that started as a supporting office evolved to be a strategic partner. So everyone that have a project, the first thing that they come to my office and say, I'm thinking about this. This is an idea. What do you think? So we, in our office, so we became like a consultant for the company. So that's that I said at the beginning. So the organization, they don't need more supporting, let's say, department or office. They need a strategic alliance. They need people that work for them to achieve the strategic objectives, and that's been the evolving thing. So I was reading, so I'm taking the certification for the CC from PMO GA, the PMI now. So one of the things that Americos, it has like a timeline. So he started in the 1970 through the future, 2030. So all the evolving of the PMO. So at the beginning was project office, focus on one project at a time. Then we evolved to program office. So we focus many projects at a time until we achieve the levels of strategic office.
That's a very interesting story. And it reminded how I became a project manager. I was an electrical engineer initially, and it was back in Ukraine where I was born and raised. I was one of the two people in the organization who spoke English, and the organization started moving to the international projects. And so one day, a director just came to the office and threw the PMO on my desk, like in Ukraine, post-Soviet Union culture. So it was normal there. And saying, since today you're a project manager, since you are young, energetic, speaking English and can put stuff together. So read this in your free time and schedule a meeting with me in 1 week. I am curious about your thoughts.
Yeah, that was the norm before. So you didn't have the training. So I started as a project manager without studying anything about project management, and we used to call it the accidental project manager. So now we have a lot of resources, education, free stuff that you can learn, and have a process in place. But before, everything was empirical knowledge.
Totally agree. And I like this term accidental project manager or accidental somewhere else, because nowadays people ask me, how did you become and what certificates you need to gain upfront, etc. Before it was just accidental. You were just assigned to the role. And that's it.
Yeah, so one of the advantages, now that you mentioned accidental, so most of the PMOs, managers and directors, they are accidental PMO director, PMO managers, because they didn't have the knowledge, the education, and PMO have become a science. There's some science behind it. The same with project management. So some people say, but project management is not a profession. Yes, it's a profession. You can have a PhD in project management, and there are several universities that they are offering PhD in project management. So the same for PMO. There is a university in Switzerland. They are offering a PhD in project in PMO and also in strategies. So it's everything together.
What I know as an accidental project manager, or like any other profession you are holding, You face so many challenges, and I faced I am inventing the bicycle, which was already invented.
Sadly.
How the other people did it before, and back in the time when I was assigned to this role, there weren't so much mentorship programs, and the internet wasn't that popular those days. So you needed to reinvent or invent something on your own. So my next question to you, Dr. Tony, is what challenges did you face when you just started this accidental transition, and what would you recommend to people who are just starting PMO the first time?
So the lack of understanding from the senior leader, the decision makers about project management and now project management office, that was something that requires a lot of effort in educating and demonstrating, but you demonstrate with delivery. So adding value to the organization. But that takes time because for me, it's the lack of understanding. So a lot of people will say, but PMO, a lot of people still tell me, so PMO and PMP are the same thing. It's a no, PMP is a certification for project manager. And PMO is another thing. So for PMO, I define the PMO is a business unit. Like you have marketing, like you have finance, operations. So PMO is responsible to manage the investment of the organization, because what are projects? Projects are investment, projects are money. So the PMO is responsible to manage like a portfolio manager in finance and investment in Wall Street. So the PMO is the Wall Street for organizations. We manage the investment, because all projects are investment. So if you are able to articulate that to the senior leadership, that they correlate business and projects, so you're gonna win the battle. But that's something that requires a lot of patience and a lot of also demonstrating. Because if you don't demonstrate that you is adding value to the organization, you're not gonna get it. So for me, the challenge was that. So I want to have the support to take this office from point A to point B, but still they don't get it. So no, we don't have resources for that. So the fight for resources and also for attention from the senior leadership is one of the most challenges that anyone in this role or PMO director, PMO manager will face.
I like this example that some people even confused PMO and PMP. From my side, having more agile background than a PMO, people always confuse agile and Scrum, and then say like in agile we run 2-week sprints, and I'm like, no,
exactly.
Scrum. Scrum is a framework, agile is the umbrella mindset.
There's a lot of confusion out there, but it's a matter of education, and there will be a time when everybody gonna get it. But it's still project management. There's a lot of organization and leaders that they don't understand project management. So what I need a project manager, so you are an accountant, so you can manage project too.
And talking about evolution, definitely we want to touch the era of digital transformation, because I believe it was a disruptor since the last year, 2023. So in the era of digital transformation, how has the role of a strategic PMO evolved, and what strategies should PMOs adopt to leverage technology for organizational success?
I see all those transformation in that case, the digital transformation and all the revolution that is happening with artificial intelligence. So all of those are opportunities for the senior leadership and also for the PMO leaders. Because if you take those opportunities and make those opportunities happen in organizations, so you're going to have a wins. So that's how I mention every time that I deliver a workshop in PMO, is about wins, quick wins. So we don't have time to wait because because I also teach agile. I said the word is agile. So we don't have too much time to work. The attention to things is too short. So you need to take advantage of those opportunities if the organization is embracing the concept of digital transformation. So the PMO plays a pivotal role in making things happen, but make things happen efficiently, so with less resources, because digital transformation is expensive. And you will see out there a lot of digital transformation projects have failed. And that's a lot of money that organizations are putting on the table, and they losing money because they haven't materialized the objectives of the investment. So that's when the PMO need to step up and take these opportunities and make those opportunities happen, implement those opportunities so the organization see the benefits of those. So in any digital transformation project, so the PMO should be on the top, making things happen, harmonizing all the resources required, make wise decisions in where the organization is going to put the money, establishing relationship with vendors, contractors, establishing partnership with organization and learning from others, because you mentioned why you want to invent the bicycle. The bicycle is already invented. So go out there and find someone that has done what you want to do and learn. So that's the opportunity that we have with technologies. So we can talk to anyone around the world. We don't need to travel 14 hours to talk to someone from Dubai, for example. We can do it like we are talking here. So you are in Canada and here in Orlando, Florida. So that's I talked to someone, very respectable person from UK in PMO, and he mentioned a word that I never forget. He mentioned about complacency. So we are too comfortable doing what we do. So we think that we have everything taken care of. So we have procedures, we have a PMO running, but that's not enough. That's not enough. You need to do more. Every day you need to go to your office and thinking about how I'm going to do things better. How am I going to be more efficient? How am I going to add more value to the organization? So digital transformation, definitely all the revolution that is happening right now with artificial intelligence, those are opportunities for the PMO leaders to make things better.
Do you think the chief project officer role will help with this transformation, or like to push in the delivery and business to the next level?
A lot of organizations, they do things because somebody else is doing it. It's nice to have. It's nice to have a digital transformation project. So the first thing, including the PMO, so the first question that you need to ask yourself, do I need a digital transformation project? Do I need a PMO? If you say yes, okay, how the PMO going to contribute to this organization for the organization to achieve their strategic objectives? How this organization gonna prosper and do better? So the same for the digital transformation. That's something that you need to ask the first question: do we need a digital transformation? If we need a digital transformation, how are we gonna do it? So we're gonna embrace agile mindset to do it gradually, not to do everything like a big bang implementation. One thing, what add more value? The more minimum value product, so add more value right now to the organization. So that's I would say that there is a strategic decisions that the PMO leaders, they need to do about anything that you're gonna do for the organization and how that's aligned with those strategic objectives.
Thank you for tuning in to the PMO Community Podcast for this enlightening discussion with Dr. Tony Prensa. A special thanks to our volunteers at the PMO Community Podcast for making this episode possible. Stay tuned for more captivating insights and interviews in our upcoming episodes. Don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated. If you find this episode valuable, please remember to like and share it. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn with any questions or requests. And for all the latest updates, make sure to follow us on social media providers.